The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions. Bullet Club for life.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling Podcast with Cody James and Kevin Porter. How's it going, Kevin?
What it is, Cody? How you doing, man? It's been a fucking quite the week of professional wrestling here, and I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah, same. So, how'd you feel when you heard the news about Vader?
Oh man, well, I was definitely wasn't necessarily the best thing to be hearing. I mean, anytime somebody dies, it's definitely not fun. It's one of those things where we kind of knew it was going to happen. He'd come out, within the last year or two saying that he was having congestive heart failure. So it's kind of like we were prepared for it. I'm a little disappointed the WWE didn't get him into the Hall of Fame the last 2 years. Yeah. I'm sure he's going in this coming year after what happened here with him passing away, but definitely sad news.
Yep. I wasn't even aware that he was having issues.
Yeah, he announced it a couple years ago, or within the last year or two, that he was having, basically, they diagnosed him with congestive heart failure. So
that's not.
And apparently he got diagnosed with pneumonia the last month, and unfortunately, his time came. Yeah, I was really sad, man, because like back in the day, dude, when he
was the mastodon.
Dude, when he came into WWE, and like I was totally stoked for that. I liked him in WCW. I thought he was a badass wrestler in WCW.
Yeah. And he was actually getting a push and going somewhere. Unlike when he came to WWF and Shawn Michaels was being a dick and didn't want to fucking put him over, and he jumps off the top rope and goes, "Move!
Move, you fat piece of shit! Get the fuck out of my way!" Yeah.
That is so unprofessional. It was at a pay-per-view, and you can even see him do that in the ring, and it's like, what are you doing, Sean?
He's popping pills, man. He's a drug addict, bro. He's an asshole.
I know Vince is using you for a human butt plug, but Jesus Christ, dude, could you at least be like...
Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was Sean being the butt plug. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows which way that swings?
So, did you hear about Big Cass?
Oh, yeah. I totally heard about Big Cass, man.
You only told me about it.
Yeah, dude. I was again, somewhat surprised. I mean, you read the dirt sheets out there. You kind of get a feel for, kind of what's going on and whatnot. Scenes. Yeah. And you kind of heard things about Big Cass kind of going into business for himself here, right before Backlash with that whole midget or little person. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anybody out there. But the little person gimmick that happened, apparently it was just supposed to be one big boot. Apparently Big Cass had tried lobbying throughout the day to where like he was, hey, I want to fucking hit him a couple more times. Vince McMahon said absolutely not. And
because you could injure the little guy.
Yeah, well, he went into business for himself apparently, and that pissed off the wrong people. And apparently, I found out today, one of the major... He
probably would have gotten fired right at that moment, except Vince was like, well, we got him for a pay-per-view, so let's just do the pay-per-view, and then I'll fucking fire his ass. Sort of like he did with the the Ultimate Warrior, when he supposedly wanted a no-show over money, and he told everyone, no, just I'll deal with it. And then as soon as he paid him. As soon as he came back to Gorilla, he was like, you know what, you're fucking fired, and got rid of him.
Get the fuck out of here, Ultimate Warrior. Nobody cares about the Ultimate Warrior.
Nobody cares about the Ultimate Warrior. Have you seen like half the roster?
Well, what about him? What do you
half the roster do their own little attempt at a hulking up or a warrior at the end.
Okay. Yeah, and I can see that.
Like, I mean, Roman Reigns now is getting into his Hogan phase where he's just doing the same fucking match all the time. 3 minutes of an offense, 20 minutes where he's getting healed on, makes a comeback at the end, bada bing, bada boom, he's done.
That's every match, it seems like. It's at least WWE-wise. But yeah, going back to Big Cass, though, I'd heard that one of the reasons he was mainly let go is because apparently he pissed off some fellow wrestlers on the trip to Europe when they were doing the European tour here like last month. Yeah. Apparently he thought some people were playing a fucking trick on him, and like he was in the bathroom on the bus, and it apparently got locked, and apparently he may be claustrophobic or something, but he ended up breaking the door off just to get out of there. And so like people moving forward the rest of the trip had to fucking use the toilet with no door or whatever. So apparently Yeah, and apparently
that's a lawsuit, especially with the women, if they don't have their own bus.
Yeah, which I have no idea if there was men or women, how it was divided in terms of the bus, but apparently it pissed off some people, and that was a leading factor in him, and again, this is all dirt sheet bullshit, but...
It could be true, it could be...
Could be 100% bullshit.
But, I mean, back in the day, they split it up between Hills on one bus and Babyfaces on another bus, because they wanted to keep the whole thing of, they're actually, in a rivalry together. I know within
the last 10 years, that's whenever they go to Europe, because they always provide up transportation.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they kept it. That's, they do still have the face buses and the heel buses and shit, so...
Well, then if the buses were provided by another company who was sort of working maybe with the venues or something, then that...
I think they just privately rent them.
Well, either way, I'm sure the people they privately rented them from or whatever were not happy about that.
Well, it's WWE. I mean, I don't think they're like, it's a toss in the trash can for them to pay for it. But, as management-wise, I mean, you're forcing... If Alexa Bliss is on there, she's having to take a tinkle... With big old Rusev being able to sit there and watch. I'm sure Lana wasn't too happy, but, it puts people in a...
Bray would like that, and so would the other Bella.
People in quite the predicament, Hey, I wouldn't complain. If I was on that bus.
I don't know. Apparently those two have
If I had to say Rusev take a shit ski, I don't fucking know about that one, man.
I don't know. Someone on one of the shoots said they are into some rather nasty shit.
Which one? Who?
Both the Bellas.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
And then they said that something about Daniel Bryan's beard's been getting a little darker lately. Maybe, maybe it's true.
What kind of shit are they into? I haven't heard this one.
Like 2G, 1C type stuff.
Oh, that's gross.
Like, I don't know. It's just what I heard. So.
Yeah.
Could be true.
Who was the source on that? Who's the wrestler that said that?
I can't remember offhand.
People can Google it. That's what YouTube's for. We don't do the legwork here. Fuck it.
Let them do the legwork, and then maybe they can comment and say, it was this guy. And then,
it was this guy.
And then they can get in trouble by Vince. Why'd you tell? I'm so into that. And now you told everyone and they know.
That's how they got hired. Because Vince's internet history search is 2 girls and 1 cup.
Pretty much. So what'd you think of Raw?
I thought Raw was, it's just every week, man. 3 hours is too long. I'm going to keep saying this until they change it back to fucking 2 hours. But,
well, 2 shows, maybe even 2 fucking hours is too much.
I enjoyed Ronda Rousey going ape shit. I think that's definitely, a good step forward in terms of just showing some fucking anger and really just like showing.
Yeah, I popped like a motherfucker for that, and then I get, but we're gonna suspend her.
Well, I mean, they're building up to the match. It seems like at SummerSlam with her and Alexa Bliss at this point. So seeing her unleash fury all over Alexa Bliss and Kurt Angle. They do that with Brock Lesnar. Like at the day after WrestleMania, it was always guaranteed. Well, Brock's gonna do something to get. I mean, they've done the exact same shit with
Well, did they just not want her on TV because she's going on vacation or something, or what?
Well, it's just to get to the next pay-per-view. I mean, if she's still on TV, I mean, you're going to assume that she's going to get her revenge on Alexa Bliss, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what she's going to do week in, week out, but obviously they already have the Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss rematch set up for Extreme Rules, so they're just delaying it by 30 days so that way they can set up properly to the...
Yeah, but I just keep Ronda at arm's length and keep dangling in front of her and pissing her off just to get her to go off and go nope. If you attack her, you won't get to face her at the next pay per view.
Yeah. Well, if you follow Ronda Rousey on her social media account, she's doing the countdown. She's like 28 days Alexa Bliss, so it's like you kind of getting that at least if you follow them on there. I thought it was all in all a pretty fucking fun segment. One thing from Raw that I thought was pretty out of fucking nowhere was Seth Rollins losing the Intercontinental Championship to fucking
That was
Ziggler.
Bullshit. At that point, I was like, I'm fucking done with this Raw. I want him to fuck off my TV.
Well, it's like I know I've said this on past podcasts. Like, if he did lose the Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank, I would, I could see them setting him up for, possibly a world title shot later down the road.
Fine, that's fine. Him versus Braun Strowman could be fun. But what I don't get...
I want to see him versus Brock, dude. I want to see Seth take the title.
No, I don't want to see him take the title because then Braun's going to come out and take the title from him, and that should be Roman. Roman should get that treatment yet again. piece of shit.
Where he gets the bank money in the bank cashed in on him.
Yeah, like right after winning the motherfucker.
Oh yeah, because that's what they did. Yeah, against what was it? Rollins beating? Yeah, it was Rollins beating Reigns at that Money in the Bank. Then Dean Ambrose came out and fucking cashed it in. Yeah, no, I know what you mean though.
But see, what I don't get is why would you give it back to Dolph? Because it's been going back and forth basically with some other people thrown in between Dolph and the Miz, Dolph and the Miz, Dolph and the Miz, and that's the problem I have with a lot of these titles. They keep jumping back and forth between like the same person.
Oh, you got to remember Kofi Kingston was in there for a while too. He's like a 20-time fucking Intercontinental champion.
But see, that's the problem because it means less when it's like, oh, they keep jumping back and forth. And
I mean, Ziggler hasn't held the Intercontinental title in a little bit at this point. I mean, they're trying to build up McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
Well, that's fine, but they should be a tag team, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, well, kind of going back to a couple weeks ago when they had him in that Battle Royal and they just got fucking dropped out like a bunch of jabronis. It's just like, what the fuck is that? Like, you think
they should have been like
they
the
should
last
not have
two...
even been in that fucking match to begin with.
If that was what they were going to do with them, yeah. But it should have been the B-list team or whatever they're calling themselves, and Dolph and Drew, and you have this little thing between them for a couple minutes where you're like, oh, they're going out, no, they're going out, and then finally the B team wins.
Well, I was kind of
do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I just I was hoping that's what they were going towards with SummerSlam was the Hardy Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I was hoping they were going to win the tag titles at SummerSlam, but I don't know if that's the case at this point. I mean, I really don't know what's going on.
And then they just couldn't resist the cornballness of having the B team dress up as the Deleters of Worlds.
Yeah. Like,
did you see that segment?
Yeah.
That was so corny.
I mean, it's kind of fun. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I fucking hated it because I do think some of the comedy is needed and at some points it can be somewhat funny. I think but they're supposed Chris Axel and fucking Bo Dallas are funny together, but... Yeah,
but Hardy and Wyatt are supposed to be more of a serious kind of...
I don't know if this is news to you, but the whole fucking Raw tag team scene is a big fucking joke at this point. So the fact that we're not taking Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt seriously doesn't surprise me.
You got a fucking point there. You got a big fucking point there.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's kind of cool seeing Bo Dallas dress up as Bray Wyatt. I thought that was pretty fun.
He did look quite a bit like him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, now I see the family resemblance.
Right.
So now I thought it was really funny because my friend was telling me he thought that this past pay-per-view, he watched it and he was telling me some stuff. He's like, I didn't really care for the pay-per-view and blah, blah, blah. But the one thing that I found kind of funny, because it was yet again another example of the WWE not really doing things too well, is he was under the impression that Nia Jax was the heel.
He didn't realize it was a face versus face program?
Yeah, and I was like, no, dude, they're both the face. And he's like, well, I've seen that before, but like, what? Really? Because you get the impression that Nia is a heel and Ronda Rousey is the face.
Yeah, because they had that one segment, and then they tried doing the correction that following week where they were both Natty's friends or whatever, and that was supposed to be the correction to be like, no, they're both good guys. I like that match. I know we didn't get to really talk about about the review and stuff this week, but like, I thoroughly enjoyed Ronda Rousey in the ring. I think she's fucking taking to it so fucking quickly and is gonna fucking flourish in the next couple of years. Like, if she continues at it, I think we got a winner on our hands.
I think Ronda Rousey was doing great in the ring, but I was just like...
Well, we knew she wasn't gonna win.
Okay, well then don't book the fucking match. Like,
agreed.
Book her against someone else. Like,
I agree, and I agree 100%, man.
Like, it's almost like when Vince was running things 100%, he would plan things out. Okay, it's WrestleMania. I'm going to plan things out until the Royal Rumble or maybe even the next WrestleMania. And I'm going to have, okay, I need this, and this. How do I get there to each of these little things that I need? Whereas it seems like this, they think of an idea, they put themselves in a corner, and then they're like, oh, fuck, how are we getting ourselves out of this corner?
Well, they definitely don't do long-term booking. That's definitely very apparent on what we saw.
Speaking of which, they're bringing back the fucking stupid feud that's going nowhere.
Which one?
The one with Sasha and Bailey. Like,
the
what?
one that's been going on since 2012. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's just get the fucking match over at this point. I mean, hopefully they just get it over with at Extreme Rules and both of them can go on and do something else. But
I have a feeling, going by how slow they're going, and no, they're going to be nope, they're going to be enemies and frenemies and blah blah blah.
I think they're finally pulling the trigger. Hopefully Sasha takes it and just fucking goes. One of them needs to just go fucking full blown heel. I think it's kind of more like the Rousey Nia Jax thing. I think they're both supposed to be still good guys. I don't know.
I don't know. What is Sasha and Bailey doing, really?
I don't know, man. They're not. I mean, they're just
Bailey's smiling and hugging, and Sasha is
the fucking boss, man.
Looking like a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
She has a face kind of like a dinosaur.
She's not that bad looking.
One thing that really fucking made me want to headbutt into a fucking brick wall was the Roman Reigns Bobby Lashley versus to be announced additional competitors match. Like, oh my god!
I kind of popped seeing Bobby Lashley in there with Roman Reigns. If they get the proper build up, I think it could be a fun match. It could totally be a fun match.
I think I'm gonna shove fucking bamboo shoots under my fingernails.
Is that more funner than watching a Bobby Lashley Roman Reigns program?
It was a form of torture to get people to talk in certain areas.
I don't know, man. Like, I'd be down because like
the problem I have though is that we were almost predetermined who's gonna be the guy to go. It's
Roman Reigns. We've known that. It's the fact that they're gonna go back to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar potentially at SummerSlam is fucking bullshit. It's complete fucking. I'd rather see Bobby Lashley versus fucking Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I'm sick and tired of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
I'm tired of all these guys. Like, seriously, we got Elias who can't win a fucking IC title even, but the next day we can go and have Dolph Ziggler win it in a victory that makes no sense, and we just keep going to the same people over and over again.
Elias may end up in this multi-man match. It seems like.
Why? So he can job again?
Hey, he may not eat the pinfall, man. It may be somebody else.
Yeah, he may not eat the pinfall, but he didn't win.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about in the car, man. These the way WWE operates now, it's 50-50 booking. They don't want... No one is bigger than the brand, okay? They don't want anybody to get any bigger than what they already are. So, therefore, WWE...
But it holds back the brand itself.
I agree 100% with you, man. I totally understand that. So... I'm just saying that's how it seems like they're operating these days. It's just these people, you lose.
Are they doing the 50?
I win, and then you lose, I win, and we just trade the fucking winners until you're both fucking. No one gives a shit.
Pretty much, and that's how I'm getting. I'm almost to the point where I told you this on Tuesday. Like, dude, I don't know if I can watch this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting to the point where my sanity is at stake, and I may just have to fucking either cancel the network and say fuck WWE entirely and go watch New Japan or fucking something.
Yeah, I don't
It's getting really close.
Hey.
Are they doing the 50-50 booking because, well, we don't want anyone to feel bad?
The thing is, the 50-50 booking isn't really new either. This has definitely been going on for quite some time with WWE. I mean, they've been doing this shit for years.
Yeah, but it's getting old.
It's fucking been old for a long time. It's like...
And it was fine when you had a guy, okay, this guy is the face, and he's pulling the company along with them, and they're going somewhere. But now we've had guys who've been there 5 years or so, who keep getting shot after shot after shot, and we keep bringing new people in, and it's like, well, who gives a fuck about the new people? The old people are still going to get pushed.
Yeah. Kind of taken out of new people being pushed. How about fucking Baron Corbin and Kevin Owens defeating Finn Balor and Braun Strowman in the main event of Monday Night Raw? What the fuck is up with fucking Baron Corbin fucking winning a match? A main event match at that over fucking Finn Balor. I don't know. He finally shaved his head, though, so I guess that's a plus.
That's a fucking...
He's still one ugly motherfucker, though.
Yeah, no shit.
He's still an ugly motherfucker. I don't know, man. It was a strong match and everything. I mean, the match was good. It was just the ending was just kind of like, Baron Corbin wins? Fuck that. I could see less of Baron Corbin every fucking week. I do not like Baron Corbin one fucking bit.
I don't really care for him either, and Now I almost feel, even though I'm glad he shaved his head, his gimmick is gone, and he doesn't...
Constable Baron Corbin, or Constable Corbin, or whatever it is.
Constipated is more like
Constipated! Speaking of fucking constipation... SmackDown was the better show this week. That's 100% for sure.
I don't know. After watching a shitty pay-per-view and a shitty Raw, I was pretty much like...
kind of done. I look forward to SmackDown every week still. I think SmackDown has the better wrestlers, the better stories.
The Gauntlet match was... I told you that I didn't really care for it because it wasn't as good as the Raw one, and it wasn't.
Right.
And I also disliked that they had to start off the same fucking way again as usual. Like, can we just start off with a match? Or
Carmella kicking off the show.
Can we just start off with a match?
I know, what's up with Carmella getting 2 weeks, like a couple weeks in a row now where she's kicked off the show?
Because women empowerment.
Fucking love women empowerment.
I was like, how about some really fucking like, whoa, what the fuck just happened type moment? Like, say, you know, someone gets beat up in the back or something, and then they go to commercial.
Right.
And then they come back, and throughout the show, they update us, or we find out more about it, or it sets up something. Like, that would be more interesting. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to book a fucking wrestling show. But I think the problem is that when you have a writing staff who has to be, I guess, creative, since they call it the creative team, and you have to book at least 5 hours of wrestling, possibly 10, for a week or 2 weeks, you get to a point where you're just like, alright, fuck this, everything's having a format, we're having a very specific thing, like segment.
Well, it's like Raw and SmackDown this week were completely, the opening segments more or less kind of ripped each other off.
Yeah, they were same thing.
Carmella did the exact same thing that Alexa Bliss did outside of the whole Ronda Rousey just destroying everything. I mean, Asuka should have maybe have done that. I mean, most people would argue that to fucking kind of save face after losing on Sunday, but no, she got jobbed out to a super kick. Maybe she should have got hit by a title. I don't know.
So did Shinsuke.
With the super kick?
No, not a super kick, but they both got jobbed out again. Like, what is up with Vince? Like,
I don't know, man. I think they kept the title on AJ because of the fucking video game announcement the next day, because AJ Styles is going to be on the WWE 2K19 video game cover, which, fucking congratulations to AJ Styles. Who would have thought fucking 5-6 years ago that AJ Styles would be the face that fucking runs this place? It's just... I'm fucking happy in that sense, dude. Like,
yeah.
With Shinsuke losing on Sunday, I don't know about you, man, but to me that was like fucking everybody that was watching that match, dude, was popping fucking hard for that match. Everybody, and these are people that don't watch professional wrestling on a weekly basis. I'm having Brandon straight up tell me, this is what fucking professional wrestling is right here, these two motherfuckers and shit. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I was a little, sad that he lost, but at the same time, his character is so fucking like hitting on all fucking cylinders at this point.
Okay, so why isn't he the champion?
Huh?
Why isn't he the champion?
Maybe he doesn't need the championship. That's what some people would argue.
He's not Jake the Snake.
I don't know, man. Keep letting him go and run with the ball, man. I mean, eventually he's gonna win that title. I know he is, but maybe now moving forward, he's being transitioned to a program with Jeff Hardy, which. I like Jeff Hardy too, so I'm all for seeing a Jeff Hardy fucking Shinsuke Nakamura program.
That could be interesting.
And hopefully he wins the U.S. title at the end of it, and at least gets something. Don't get me wrong, like I would have loved to have seen Shinsuke win that title on Sunday, and it kind of does, lead to the fact that what was the point of this whole feud?
This is 2 times he's had feuds where it's been for the title and he hasn't done jack shit with it.
Well, that Jinder Mahal thing, we're not even gonna fucking count because that just sucked.
Well, fine.
The AJ Styles thing outside of some finishes was
he's gonna be
decent.
Dean Ambrose. Once he gets the title, the fans are gonna turn on him, and he's gonna be nothing. He's gonna be tossed aside.
Hopefully, Dean Ambrose comes back and he's a fucking badass heel and just beats the shit out of Seth Rollins, and we see a face Seth Rollins versus a heel Dean Ambrose. I'm hoping that's what happens, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
My friend I was telling you about earlier, he also mentioned the fact that why can't heels ever just win? That's part of what made them heels to begin with in the old days.
Well, that's how you build heat. Win. That's how you build heat.
Like
babyface got to make a comeback.
Well, no. Back in the old days, the heels sometimes would just win. They didn't need some shenanigans and some BS and this and that and the other. They would just win.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree, man. I mean, definitely, the 50-50 booking definitely does kill off characters, bro. Definitely does. Fucking kill them off. But again, like I said, like I'm pretty excited to see Jeff Hardy fucking Shinsuke Nakamura feud. I thought that Jeff Hardy fucking promo on SmackDown was pretty fucking well done. Congrats to fucking Jeff Hardy for memorization on that. I mean, that was a pretty lengthy promo with some big words and shit. I was impressed, bro. I was impressed.
I think I may have skipped on that part, of maybe in the room cooking or something, but
yeah, no, it was a really good.
I may have to look that up.
Yeah, and then Shinsuke had his segment with Renee Young.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, Shinsuke, is fucking money in my opinion. That guy is so fucking good. He can do anything in this fucking company, and it's going to be decent. So moving forward, at least, notwithstanding the year prior on the main roster, we won't count his first year. But moving forward in his new persona, I think he's finally becoming that Shinsuke that we fucking saw in New Japan, and he's going to reach his potential.
And then I love the part where Renee was like, "Don't try and pretend like you don't know English again." And he's like, No, I know exactly what I said.
I love Shinsuke, dude. That shit's fucking great.
What about AJ Styles versus Rusev? I know. I'm sure that you probably wish that Daniel Bryan was going to go for the title.
No, man, I'm okay with that because I enjoyed kind of what they did with the Gauntlet match. I enjoyed the fact that coming out of this Gauntlet match, we have like 3 or 4 programs you could set Daniel Bryan up down the fucking road. You always have that. You always, like you said, you always have that match with him and AJ. I mean, that's still something they can always go to. That's kind
of like the trump card that they have in their back pocket. Yeah. Where they could, as long as both of them are not injured, they could always pull that out and be like, "Yeah, we got something."
And then you can always go to a Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe match. The intriguing part of SmackDown. The most intriguing part that I enjoyed was the Bludgeon Brothers and Daniel Bryan. The whole stare down. It's like, oh, what's this all about? And then they come back later and fucking cost them the match. And then the Miz fucking comes down and it's like, fuck. I totally enjoyed it, man. I mean, there's a lot of potential in terms of where they can go with Daniel Bryan's character. But, dude, congratulations to Rusev. It's like his highest, like, outside of that John Cena, WrestleMania 31 match.
Where his streak ended, which was one of the reasons why I thought that what's her name? Asuka's streak was ending at WrestleMania, and I proved to be right.
Yeah. But, nonetheless, I think it's, I don't think Rusev's going to win the title at Extreme Rules. I think this is just a holding pattern to get to SummerSlam, which, again, I don't even know where they're going to go at SummerSlam with AJ Styles at this point, which is cool because, I mean, that totally leaves it up for, I mean, unlike the whole Roman Reigns is going to fucking win, he's going to face Brock and probably take the title.
Real quick, not to interrupt you, but 2 matches you want to see, like, possible what-if scenarios with AJ. Like, say for one could be another Rusev versus AJ match, maybe like a triple.
Like at SummerSlam, like what I want to see him do at SummerSlam. I mean, as we just stated, I mean, him and Daniel Bryan would be fucking awesome. Honestly, if I were to pick a fucking match that I want to fucking personally see at SummerSlam, it's AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I know we've seen the match in TNA, but there's something different about seeing them two, at an older age inside a WWE.
More mature.
Yeah, I would say arguably in their fucking prime, at least towards the tail end of their prime, and they're still working at a fucking great high level. I think a Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles match, if you give them 30 minutes on a SummerSlam pay-per-view, fucking take my money right now. That's what I want to see.
Well, you're not even paying for the damn network, so...
Motherfucker, I do pay for the fucking network. I have a subscription.
You do?
Yeah.
Why do you have it if you can't watch it at home? You don't have internet.
Yeah, well, I tend to try to... Well, I got the subscription this last week, so I have a free month. But,
Oh.
Every once in a while I'll pop on and there's internet, and maybe I want to watch a little WWE. You just never know.
At work, when you're supposed to be working?
Nah, man, I work every day. Every fucking day.
But the 2 matches I'd like to see would be... maybe like a Fatal 4-Way. AJ, Shinsuke... Samoa Joe and Rusev.
Yeah, I don't like multi-man. I mean, I don't mind them to kind of get you through. But, I mean, like, where's the story, though? There's no real story in something like that with 4 people. I mean, you can... If they construct a good scenario for it, I'm okay with that. But I think, like, I don't know. To me, it's like, I've always felt like Fatal 4-Ways and 6-pack challenges are just lazy booking. You know,
perhaps.
I mean, again, it gets everybody on TV. It gets everybody a paycheck, and I get that.
Maybe have the three of them going against AJ, like teaming up and going, we got to get the belt off him, or else we're never gonna get the title. But then once it gets to SummerSlam, over the weeks leading up to it, they start turning on each other.
And see, that's a solid story. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but
and you know what? I thought of that in 1 second.
We kind of saw that with the Money in the Bank and Kevin Owens trying to get everybody to take out fucking Braun Strowman, which was a good story. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then he tossed him off the top of that huge ass ladder and fucking.
WWE fucked up their whole camera angle, and you never saw it again. It's like, oh, I almost killed myself for that. Thanks, Vince. Fucking asshole. So, I don't know, man. I think all in all, SmackDown was a pretty good show. I mean, we also saw the.
I think it could have been better if they had switched it around, like moved the gauntlet match to the beginning of the show.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, you know, typically your number one contender matches are going to be your main event. So, I mean, yeah, it could have, but what really would have?
On Raw.
But what would have? Well, yeah, because that was like an hour and a half long match. I mean, they could have ended it on Raw, but. Or edit it as the main event, I suppose. But I don't know. Nonetheless, I thought SmackDown was a pretty good show, though. I mean, we saw Becky Lynch versus Billie Kay. Lynch wins by submission. I think they're building Lynch up to definitely go after the women's championship here at some point.
So she can job.
We'll see, man. I think Becky Lynch, man, they put her at the end of that Money in the Bank ladder match for a reason. I think, dude. So I think they're gonna build her up. We saw Sanity fucking debut. We saw Sanity debut.
With EY.
Eric Young.
Yeah, Eric Young.
Fucking Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf attacking the Usos, which that was great. I enjoyed the shit
Usos
out
got
of that.
fucking squashed.
That's good, though, man. It sets up a good feud that we're going to see.
Yeah, Bludgeon Brothers versus Insanity.
Well, just like within the next couple of weeks, we're going to see Sanity and the Usos. You know, that's a solid feud, I think. But eventually, yeah, I mean, if you can get to that point of Bludgeon Brothers versus Sanity, which, you know, who's going to be the face in that? I don't fucking know.
Who cares? Just have them go in there and beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't matter who the heel or the face is. You just want to see two big guys just knock the hell out of each other.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And that's kind of what we saw with the Bludgeon Brothers versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I think Carl Anderson is the fucking man, honestly. I fucking totally underrated as an in-ring performer. Motherfucker is jacked to shit. Fucking Luke Gallows is funny as fuck. I love Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. You know, I'd like to see more of that as a feud and actually
that was a pretty decent match.
I'd like to see the club actually take the fucking titles off Harper and Rowan. But that's just selfish reasoning there.
I think it's way too soon, though. I want to see them have the title for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, they've already held the titles longer than Seth Rollins did. He lost it. He won his at WrestleMania too, and he just lost it this last week. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but Daniel Bryan though, fuck. I think ultimately though we're gonna end up with a SummerSlam match with him and The Miz. I think that's definitely where we're going. Fuck, I'm actually like. After this whole lull of like Money in the Bank and shit, I'm actually fucking pretty excited for Extreme Rules. Like honestly, the multi-man match.
Don't wait, Vince will ruin that for you.
Just give it a couple more weeks, Kevin. But you know, just coming off Money in the Bank and going into Extreme Rules this month. I mean, we got another 3 weeks of build up for this. I don't have any matches outside of the multi-man match even been announced. So we got Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. No reason for Alexa Bliss to lose the title there. Then we're still going to determine who's going to be in this multi-man match for the number one contender.
I would get out of this, the way I'd get out of the Alexa Bliss match is like this. What happened with the match at Money in the Bank?
We saw Alexa Bliss cause a disqualification.
And
cash in her Money in the Bank.
No, who'd she screw out of it though?
Well, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, so who's gonna get screwed?
But
now?
She's suspended for 30 days, and if you do the math, she's not coming back till like around the day after. So she's unless she broke the suspension.
Did Roman Reigns give a shit about the suspension?
Very true. That's a good point. I mean, ultimately, I think that's where we're going towards the Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. I think that's your main match for the.
And besides that, it's only a couple more days until the suspension's over. So what is Vince gonna do? You're gonna keep a person you're paying a bunch of money who brings who brings a lot of people to come and watch and a lot of attention, are you going to go, yeah, I know you're about 4 days away from being unsuspended, but because you fucked up a match, I'm going to suspend you for another month.
And we're going to make it 60 days, Rhonda. A failed drug test. Oh, wait, we don't drug test you.
No, they drug test. They just only drug test certain people.
Yeah, not Brock Lesnar.
Well, he's considered a part-timer, so apparently he's exempt from that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm somewhat excited for Extreme Rules, though. We'll definitely see how it plays out the next couple weeks and kind of what matches are added to it. But ultimately, I'm actually kind of happy with WWE at this point. We're moving towards SummerSlam. It should be a fun time.
Hopefully, SummerSlam's good. It's usually a lot of people think that going after WrestleMania and heading towards SummerSlam is usually like, ugh. Because
it's kind of a downtime. I always personally, after SummerSlam, between SummerSlam and the Royal Rumble, to me, that's my fucking time where I'm like, I don't even want to watch wrestling. Like, a Hell in a Cell in October, fucking Survivor Series is always lame, whatever TLC shit they throw in there. I always think that's the downtime for wrestling. I always enjoy springtime professional wrestling. I agree, but I think that Survivor Series could be cool if they went back to how it's, supposed to be done. Yeah. I don't know if they should go 1990 Survivor Series where, the survivors had a survivor match at the end. I think it was like 6 guys versus the Ultimate Warrior. It was Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and Tito Santana or some shit.
No, I thought it was just those two.
There were on the 1990s Survivor Series. The Ultimate Survivor match. Let's go. We'll take the time to Wikipedia this shit. I thought there was more people at the end. Let's see.
Because I remember there being like 2 people on one side and 5 or 6 on the other side.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, Hulk Hogan, Tito Santana, and the Ultimate Warrior defeated Hercules, Paul Roma, Rick Martel, Ted DiBiase, and the Warlord. But Tito Santana was eliminated, though.
That's probably why I don't remember him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Tito Santana was eliminated by Ted DiBiase in a minute 51. So he was eliminated, right off the bat, basically. So,
well, that's why I don't remember him then.
Exactly. I'm surprised I remembered it was Tito Santana. I just kind of was pulling shit out of my ass on that point, but apparently we remembered that. All right, man. Yeah, closing thoughts on fucking Raw. What do you guys say, man?
Closing thoughts on Raw.
Or on SmackDown.
Yay! Roman Reigns is getting another fucking opportunity.
Oh, God. I hope not. I hope they fucking don't. I hope they don't. I hope it's somebody else.
No, it's going to be.
He's gonna win it. He's gonna win that match at Extreme Rules. I hope they boo this shit. And okay,
they boo the shit out of him all the time, and he still fucking gets pushed. Let me throw this at you. At the end of the greatest Royal Rumble match, would they have then kept it going by saying, the ref says he made the wrong decision and blah blah blah, and actually Roman did touch first, and I am the undisputed champion. Right. Would they have done that if they weren't planning on having him win this match at Extreme Rules?
I don't know. I mean, we talked about it earlier, and them not necessarily doing long-term booking. I don't think they really knew exactly what they were fucking doing at the end of that pay-per-view. They're like, all right, guys, is Braun going to win or is Daniel going to win? I don't really know.
He's the only one that they do long-term booking with. The other guys, fuck them.
I'm just so sick of it, dude. I thought Roman Reigns had a fun match with Jinder Mahal, even though the crowd didn't give a shit. I think he works hard every week. But it's just fuck, I don't want to see him as Universal Champion, dude. I don't want to see him as Universal Champion. Hopefully Braun does just fucking cash it in on him and just destroys him.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That's all we can hope for.
Or maybe he pulls a Seth Rollins and doesn't even let him have the opportunity to get the motherfucker.
That's right. So, alright, man. Well, fuck, dude. I guess we will.
What are your closing thoughts on Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, man. Braun Strowman winning the Money in the Bank. Definitely, I think he was the most obvious pick, and I understand why they did it.
And by the way, Queen Sweep. Yeah, told you that was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think you're on the WWE payroll, bro. I think you're getting paid.
I'm part of the Illuminati, buddy.
Again, Raw needs to go back to 2 hours, but SmackDown was the ultimate show. Love AJ Styles. Love seeing Braun Strowman. The final thoughts, man, right there.
When the fuck is Brock supposed to come back? Ever?
Fucking the day before SummerSlam? Shit. I don't fucking know.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna do that little jump thing he does at the...
He's gonna tear his ACL doing that. Then he's gonna shoot up steroids and he's gonna be good to go the next day.
Well, at least he doesn't get a torn quad like Kevin Nash, or double torn quad like Vince McMahon.
Oh man.
And with that, I think we should close it.
I think we'll end it right there, man. So yeah, people can check us out on our feed. Fucking stop and give us 5-star review, man. I think we need that shit on iTunes. iTunes is like, hey, Kevin, you need to push that shit. You need people to review your shit. I'm like, hey, man, fuck you, iTunes. All right, man. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See you next week.